client, public or private, hires a company to carry out a task or tasks on their behalf. This company, the contractor, may hand over tasks to another, the subcontractor, the manufacturer of goods, the supply of services, or the execution of work. Subcontracted companies may then hand over some of these tasks to another company, creating longer and longer chains of subcontractors. Today, subcontracting is common practice in all construction sites. It amounts to almost 40% of all activities carried out in the building industry. Subcontracting may have its uses: to hire a specialist or know-how not available in-house, transparent construction sites with limited tiers in the chain, correct wages paid, and workers are fully covered by the applicable collective agreement. If done in an appropriate way, subcontracting should not necessarily be a problem. Trouble starts when subcontracting is used simply to reduce costs and escape legal responsibilities. Since labour costs account for about 50% of the industry's turnover, there's a big incentive for companies to use subcontracting as a way to reduce wages and deteriorate working conditions. Long chains and the lack of transparency open the way for fraudulent companies who use cross-border subcontracting and posting of workers to make a profit with exploitation and social dumping. Sometimes on one site there are hundreds of companies involved, many of them, however, not being real companies. It's so profitable that some of the large construction companies today have transformed themselves into project managers, where all building activity is done by subcontractors. What does this kind of subcontracting mean for construction workers? Low wages, long working hours without breaks, time off or overtime pay, working in unsafe and unhealthy conditions without proper protection. They may even discover that they are not covered by any social protection and do not receive medical support when needed. Posted and migrant workers are in a particularly vulnerable situation and often risk severe exploitation. The longer the subcontracting chain, the less transparent it is and the more difficult it is to enforce legislation and collective agreements. Subcontracting becomes a lucrative business model of exploitation, and when fraud is detected, the abnormally low fines do not dissuade companies. The connection between long chains of subcontracting, social dumping, and labour crime is clear, sometimes leading to situations of modern slavery. In some countries, there are specific provisions to fight against mafia intrusion in construction. Other countries have banned employment agencies in construction, often associated with gangmasters and fraudulent schemes. Many member states have liability schemes in which the main contractor takes responsibility in case something goes wrong. In all member states, posting and subcontracting are considered as a risk factor by the labour inspectors.
It is time for the European Commission to act. We need new and effective legislative proposals. Direct jobs, limit subcontracting, full equal treatment of workers in the subcontracting chain, ban intermediaries in the context of posting, and no public money for exploitation of workers.